What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to another video. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Dallas Cowboys victory over the Seattle Seahawks on Thursday Night Prime Football. Cowboys win 41-35, and they get another victory to extend their winning streak and ultimately go 9-3. This was an exciting game, and today we're going to be taking a look at that final drive, or not the final drive, but the game-winning drive that the Cowboys had, where they went 7 plays, 59 yards for a total time of 2 minutes and 27 seconds to take the lead with the touchdown from Dak to Jake Ferguson, and how really that was a drive. It was an amalgamation of all the things that we've seen offensively from this Cowboys offense so far, and the incredible relationship and that we've seen from Dak Prescott and Cedee Lamb, and the chemistry that they've developed over the years really came to full fruition. And it was, once again, against a quote-unquote good team, a team over 500. So let's go ahead and jump on in. Be sure to like and subscribe, and let's do it. So I got to take a step back to that fourth down play, right? They go for it on 4th and 2. Dak Prescott rolls out, throws it. Cedee Lamb drops it. Of course, we can have a different conversation if he catches it, if he doesn't. But notice here, I'll pull this because I don't want to be copyrighted. I'm just going to pull the screenshot here so you can see it. This is when I knew, if you give these boys another chance, if you give Dak the ball and Cedee Lamb the ball back, they were going to make them pay, and they were going to make it count. And that's something I haven't seen from these two. It's something I haven't seen. I mean, they're playing with the chip on their shoulders with something to prove. And once I saw this on the sideline, and it was quick, I don't know if I was the only one that caught it. Comment down below if you saw it. But once I saw this, I was like, oh boy, here we go. And no doubt that's exactly what they did. So here in this first drive, like I said, 7 plays, 59 yards, a total time of 2 minutes and 27 seconds. The Dallas Cowboys need this to win, and they were down 35-30. They needed this for the touchdown. So as you can see, we're starting shotgun here, and man, this was just a great balance of everything that we wanted. And this is probably the best drive. That's a bold statement, but it might just be the best drive of the season. The Cowboys needed this. You have no idea. So here we go. First off, you got Cedee Lamb in motion. Don't you just love that motion? I mean, Mike McCarthy has implemented that motion where we are now a motion team pre-snap. And what a great route from Cedee Lamb. And I'll just say this to start off. Shout out to Brian Schottenheimer, Mike McCarthy. This is what we want to see, right? We want to see the Cowboys giving it to their best players in the biggest moments. Because for me personally, I can't live with the fact if you try Michael Gallup 4 times and we go 3 and out, right? I can live, though, with the fact of us trying our best and giving it to our best players. And if we don't get it, that's fine. I can sleep. I can move on with my life. But if we can just give it to them, good things can happen. And a lot of things here. I mean, Mike McCarthy, Brian Schottenheimer, they were in their bag. Obviously, Cedee Lamb in motion, and a great route to use his route running skills for that easy pass to get the drive going. Next play right here was another great example of this team fully coming into itself. And you don't want to be playing your best football yet, but you definitely want to see signs of it at this point of the season, week 13, with 4 or 5 more games to go. And finally, say it with me, they're running the ball successfully. They're running the ball, and Tony Pollard had himself a really solid game, and he's going to have a game, y'all. In these final games, I'm calling it right now, he will have an explosive game, and the blocking is coming together. Assignments are being executed, and check this out. This is a work of art. Tony Pollard, he's having confidence now. He's having confidence in this team, in this offensive line, and what they're doing. That was a good, hard run. He ran up the seams, ran up the gaps, and we're going to pause it right here so you can see the great blocking right here. Tyler Smith, future All-Pro, Pro Bowler, has been playing exceptionally all year long, and he handles his assignment beautifully. And you can see kind of the levels of the offensive line moving up, something that they weren't doing effectively last season. And bookmark this play, because the reason why this was so successful leads to the success and the effectiveness of the play in the red zone where Dak Prescott keeps the ball. But you'll see Tyler Smith execute. Zach Martin moves up, executes. And with Tony Pollard gaining that confidence now 13 weeks into the football season, he just does what he does best, and this is vintage TP20. So let's take a look. Boom, boom, TP20 down the seams, great run, vintage TP20. All right, so next play, and unbiased and realistically, there are some things to talk about with this final drive in terms of a negative light. There's two of the things that we'll talk about here in a bit, and one of them, this is the first one. As you may notice this, and it's pretty obvious at this point, after the bye week, the Dallas Cowboys have been moving away from Michael Gallup. You can see him here at the top of the screen, and that's intentional. And Michael Gallup, I think we've given him enough. I think he can give you a play or two. I'm not totally outruling him, and I'm not going to say that he's completely cooked for the season because that's just wild. That's not true. He's going to make a play or two. Bookmark that. Save this. He's going to make a play that's going to matter later in the season, and we're going to surround him. We're going to be so proud of him. But he's not as a consistent, dominant offensive wide receiver as he used to be. He's not that deep threat attack as he used to be, but I'm not counting him out. He will bounce back. He will have himself a really good game in these final few weeks, but he is just not getting separation. I mean, this is a route to the left side right here. I wasn't too hot on giving Michael Gallup the ball at this point, but you got to give him a chance. I mean, just no separation on this route, and that's something that we've been seeing consistently, unfortunately, from Michael Gallup. Just unfortunate, but Jalen Tolbert and the other guys have stepped up. All right, next play. This is some Dak magic right here. He is Houdini. He is getting in the defense's heads. He's realizing pre-snap what's going on. And again, shout out to Mike and Brian for calling such a great play here. You could see everyone's getting settled, right? What do you see? Tell me what you see. Comment down below. I'm going to give you the answer. I know I only gave you a few seconds to respond there. But pre-snap, they got a safety over these two wide receivers. But this safety right here, he's playing a little bit too far to the right. Dak Prescott is already seeing this pre-snap, and this is a great call from Mike McCarthy, and it's, again, an accumulation of all the things that they've been doing successfully. And I'll say this, too. You guys know what the route tree is, right? The route tree, and I'll put a picture of it up right here. It's basically all the routes that a wide receiver will run. It's based off of each other. And I feel like that's what you can use to talk about and to show to exemplify the success of this offense. At the beginning of the season, we were seeing a lot of, for lack of a better word, we were seeing some basic Texas Coast offense. But now we're seeing the Cowboys build off of that, and this is the best that this offense has ever looked. But you could see right here, he's playing a little bit more to the right, and previously we saw CeeDee Lamb run an out route. Remember, he comes in, he goes out. But this one-on-one coverage, you can either go deep, or what they're going to do here is CeeDee Lamb's just going to run a quick slant right here, and it's just all in the pre-snap. It's all before we've even snapped the ball. Dak knows where he's going with the ball. Hottest receiver right now on that field, best player right now, hikes the ball, easy connection right there. I mean, it just doesn't get any easier than that. If you can win before the ball's even snapped, who's going to stop you? And that's what the Dallas Cowboys have been doing here for the past few weeks. Just really great high IQ stuff from this offense and a really good completion. Next play right here, this is another great call from Mike McCarthy. He is in his bag. He is feeling himself. He's got some momentum going on because you'll see the motion from Brandon Cooks. That's going to get this defense's attention to the right over here. You got, and this is where it causes trouble, right? This is where the talented wide receiver group and the tight ends, especially with Jake Ferguson finally coming into himself, this is where it becomes problematic for defenses because you have to pinpoint your attention right here. And again, pre-snap, you're leaving CeeDee Lamb on an island, and that is just, I don't really know what the Seahawks were hoping to achieve by having CeeDee Lamb, the hottest wide receiver in that game and the best player of that game, out there by himself one-on-one in the red zone. But you'll see Brandon Cooks goes in motion right here. They're shifting their attention already, and then you got the tight end, you got the trips right here. And then, again, going back to that route tree concept, we're building on things within the drive. Last play, CeeDee Lamb goes for the slant, but CeeDee Lamb's going to run a different route, going to option to the left, and it's an easy completion. I mean, it's just backyard football at this point. All the attention's on the right. You can just count the amount of players that are on that side, and CeeDee Lamb gets an easy completion and a first down right there. And again here, Cowboys are building off of the success that they've had earlier in the season and even on this drive. And that's what good offensive play callers do. That's what good offensive coordinators do, is they just build on their success. And at this point, it's just, how can you guard this? The Cowboys can just attack you in different ways because they ran down. You'll see, this is the Dak Prescott play where he takes the ball and goes down there and flexes on the Seahawks. But earlier, they ran this ball with Tony Pollard and he ate him up for 15 or 20 yards. But Dak Prescott keeps this ball. And this is, again, shout out to Mike for calling Dak's play right here. And this is what you need inside the red zone. You just need to be unpredictable at this standpoint. And when the game was on the line and we needed a touchdown the most, the play calling was superb. Give Mike McCarthy his flowers. This was the element of surprise. This is the best time to run a play like this for Dak Prescott. And Jamal Adams ate that up. Just terrible safety play. He ate that up. And he was totally fooled and faked. Boom! Look at him. Got him on skates, and Dak runs for the easy run right there. Now, I told you there was 2 negatives on this drive, and the first one was Michael Gallup not getting separation, and this is the second one. I mean, don't lie to me. You were having flashbacks to the Philadelphia Eagles game, the delay of game penalty. Just what are we doing? And these details matter. Up to this point, it's a really good drive. And, I'll be unbiased and realistic because that's what I am. You do this to any other team, any other better defense, because, you're going to be playing some better teams later down the stretch. They're going to take advantage of this, and those 5 yards are super important. And to any other team, I think this is a momentum killer. But the Cowboys were able to rebound from this terrible penalty in the red zone. Just what are we doing? Dak Prescott not understanding the play clock. I know it was a very hype play previously, and, Mike McCarthy not taking the timeout. When I saw this in real time when it actually happened in the game, I thought he got the timeout, was looking over for Dak right there, but just a terrible penalty, lack of attention to details, which was kind of the story in the first 3 quarters of this game. And here we go. This is the play of the game. This is the play that won the game, and this is just really all the players becoming the best suit of themselves. And CeeDee Lamb over here, he's going to take all the attention. And Jake Ferguson, man, this was a Jake Ferguson game where he's just so confident right now. And the Cowboys bet on him to make that jump, and he's made that jump. I mean, he's a true tight end. I was tweeting about this or posting on X about this, that, Dalton Schultz was finesse and he was quick and he was such a weapon for Dak Prescott. But Jake Ferguson is such a true tight end. He's a brute. He's a force to be reckoned with. He can get down the field, and when he runs, man, he's running down the hill. He's so good at running after the catch. Great route right here, one-on-one coverage, and just hilarious how it ended up being Jake Ferguson and Jamal Adams one-on-one here for the game. But draws the attention right here, gets that open one, and this is just chemistry right here. This is what you need to see between the quarterback and your tight end. I mean, Dak is throwing this even before, he's not open, right? But the chemistry, he knows Adams is going to go inside, Fergie's going to cut inside to make the catch. This is chemistry. This offense is balling out. Not only do they have good quarterback play, great wide receiver play, great play calling, a good offensive coordinator, but they have chemistry, and that's exactly what you need in crucial moments, because this game was not going their way defensively, but this offense was clicking and put together the best game of the season for this offense, and just a great catch. No chest, all hands. That's a big boy catch. I love it when a wide receiver or a tight end can just catch it with all hands. Gets him with the pump fake. Boom! Jamal Adams bites inside, had a terrible game. And Jake Ferguson just makes a jump on the ball untouched. Ridiculous. But like I said, just a really great game from this offense. The best game that I've seen from this offense all season long, because obviously they hung 41 points on the Seattle Seahawks defense, but they did it against a team that was 6-5 that a lot of people considered good before Thursday night. But as we all know, they love to move their goalposts. And this was such an important drive. I mean, they needed this offense, this team. They all needed this game. And for the offense just to bounce back, and it goes all back to that little screenshot that I showed you. Like, this team is playing with the chip on their shoulders. They're out there wanting to prove something, and they played like it. I mean, that's the biggest thing, is they're just not talking. They're walking the talk, and they're doing so good at it. They're on a great winning streak. They're dominating at home, and this is such a huge confidence boost for this team, and I can't wait to see how the next weeks play out, because everyone's clicking. Quarterback, wide receiver, running back, OC, offensive play caller. Everyone's clicking right now, and if you ask me, it's unstoppable, and they're playing the best football that they should be at this time of the year. But be sure to hit the like and subscribe button and comment down below what you thought about it. Of course, I'm not a professional analyst. I'm not anything like that. I'm just a guy that has a YouTube channel that loves football, that loves the ins and outs of the games. And when I broke down this final drive, I was like, man, that's incredible, and I got to share. So if I missed something or anything like that, just comment down below. It's a conversation for us to talk about this. And I'll see you guys later. Enjoy the mini bye week, and I'll see you guys then. Go Cowboys.